This is Euphonic Frequencies.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Euphonic Frequencies. My name is Dharam, DJ and producer from Mumbai, and today we have Karan Jhaveri on the guest mix with us. This is a revisit episode, and this is the second episode of our revisit series where Karan gives us a lowdown on his future, on his workflow, on the way he has been navigating in these tricky waters in the city of Mumbai since he started producing music. Check it out. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Euphonic Frequencies. My name is Dharam, DJ and producer from Mumbai. I go by the name of Metanoia. And today we have Keykraft in the studio with us. We wanted to get a feel of what Keykraft is all about, what his journey has been, and how it's going to propel forward in this year. So can you tell us a little bit about the start of your journey?
So it's been actually, I don't
how
know
long
the
have you
exact
been doing it?
time, but it's been about 6 to 7 years.
Okay.
And when I started off, I just, for the love of music, I just wanted to DJ and just got my attention. I used to listen to this podcast called Dance Department, and that just blew my mind. Like every episode had a different artist from all genres. All genres were covered, and that's like made me get into it. I was like, I really want to do this. I really want to pursue this. So I was actually introduced to Richie Horton,
In Dance Department?
yeah, all these guys, Steve Lawler, Bart Skills was there,
Nice.
all these guys, right from the underground, right to the mainstream, everyone was in there.
And it blew your mind.
It just blew my mind, and I was like, wow, this is something that I really want to get into. And DJing was the first thing, and I wasn't sure what in music I wanted to do, but DJing was the start.
Okay.
Thing is, when I started off, I had no direction. I just wanted to DJ. And then once I got into it more and more and searching for new music every day,
Correct.
that actually kind of put that whole thing in me that I really want to be a producer and compose my own music as well.
Right.
And that's
So you chased it enough.
Exactly.
Yeah, you chased it enough.
That hunting for music got me into the whole, I really want to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when you are into discovery mode, if you are in discovery mode and you just discover some gems, you are always on the lookout for more gems.
Exactly.
So yeah, I can understand you actually chased it. You started off pretty from a broader decision, then you narrowed down.
Exactly. So DJing was just that doesn't matter where I played also. Could be a club or some random places. There was no specific direction. I used to just play whatever I got, I used to play. Then when I got deep into it, then I I need to pick a style. I need to focus on a few genres.
If this part of your journey has been more about finding your gateway, like DJing and discovery was a gateway.
Okay.
Can you tell us how the whole moniker shift happened, in that gateway, somewhere along the line it happened, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about that?
So when I started off, my first professional gig, I went by the name of DJ K. It's very basic, very generic. I couldn't think of anything, and that stuck for some time. Few gigs I did with that name, and then I was I really need to push forward, because that's when I decided that I want to get into creating music. And a few names came by, Keynote and K-Tone, where everyone thought it was Ketan. And I really I think when I was thinking of a name, I kept thinking what people would think. And that was my mistake. Because every time I thought of a name, I was like, okay, what are these guys going to think?
You got even more conscious.
Exactly.
Yeah, correct.
And then suddenly I just came up with the name Keykraft, and I was like, it's perfect.
Nice. So
perfect.
I think this whole coming up with Keykraft thing,
basically every time I ask you a question, I get a nice vibe from you where it always starts out. You always start out humble, and then suddenly you come up to a position at a place where you every time you narrow down into a distinct direction. You know, and that's important. That's important to like get by because many people are lost.
Correct.
Like I'm sure that I'm not saying that we found ourselves, but yeah, like there is a direction. There is a direction. And it's not only DJing, right? I'm sure that from DJing, more and more discovery leads you to production also.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you throw some light on your production aspect now?
So, like I told you, I've been in this for like about 6 to 7 years, and only since the last 3 years have I been focusing on production.
Correct.
And I had actually gone to LA to study, and that's
like study what, may I ask?
Music production. So
Nice.
it was
Nice.
mainly hardcore to production, and a little bit of engineering also.
Okay.
So that's when I realized that production is a much bigger thing.
Ballgame.
Yeah, much bigger ballgame. Because
Okay.
you can tap into any genre, anything. Like, you know, you can go to film, cinematic music, you can go to electronic, mainstream music, whatever.
There are many branches.
Exactly. And then that's when I started. And I was working on like a few tracks here now and then. And no one really took my music seriously. Like,
Okay.
everyone used to just say, you gotta do this, do that.
Correct.
And just recently, this year, like this year, like it's my 4th year, that's when things started picking up.
Okay. So it's always been not at your door, but you've been knocking on quite some doors.
Yes, I have been. Yeah. So when I came back from LA, I honestly didn't know what I was doing, because I was between like going back and starting my career out there and doing something out here.
Okay.
Then I realized that the whole scene in India is picking up, and I shouldn't miss out on it. You know, like when it's at peak, and if I'm not there, you tend to feel like that.
Yeah, you want to ride the wave.
Yeah.
Out of all these production, because production is a vast sea. Okay, like you can do anything in production. You could even do noise music.
Yeah.
But out of everything, how did you choose this, like your genre, which is almost like melodic house and house 4x4 mainly?
That's
that decision.
I've been like listening to that kind of music since.
Ever since. Okay.
I listen to Anjana Deep a lot. I listen to Tool Room.
Okay.
And I listen to a lot of Cafe Delma also.
Okay.
So I try and put all that together, and that's what I produce, and that's what my music is all about. And then these guys from Gently Altered, they approached me for doing gigs with them, doing events with them, and
it was amazing.
It was amazing. And the fact that they understood what I was going for and like my style and all, and production wise also, they also were like saying that, you know, you need to do this, do that, and a lot of other people are saying the same thing. And then finally I sent an EP. I was working on an EP, and I sent it to them, and they were like, this is perfect.
Was that your first ever EP?
Yes, that was the first official release.
Of Keykraft.
Of
the monitor.
Yeah,
nice. That's a very inspiring story actually. But how long was the whole buffer time, like between you leaving your education to you getting the EP? Like how long would you have to have chased it?
It's been 4 years.
Whoa, 4 years, huh? That is quite the perseverance, I must say.
There were days where it was so frustrating. I was like, what is wrong? What is wrong? And I always just kept going back and
back and forth. That always happens in the mind. Yeah, I get it. So basically, the take over here is that your friends inspire you, right?
Yeah, friends also, and just scene, like just
the
like
scene.
You see these events happening. You see these guys from Bombay, India, whatever, just trying to release music, and you just feel like, you know, you should push.
Definitely contribute to it.
Yeah. And then that's why I didn't stop. I just kept going.
Can you throw some more light on the important figures that inspired you in the music industry?
So,
was there anybody from India, or was it only Hortons and?
No. It actually, to be honest, Nikhil Chinappa was a big influence.
Nice. That's awesome, because
what he's done is just.
It's humongous. It's enormous.
Yeah. Like everything that is happening right now, you can just see. back in this was in 2007. I used to go for his submerge Zanzibar session. And that feeling, that vibe was just perfect. And I was like, it's still going on today. And you can only think of that. This is like 10 years back.
This is where I want to be.
Yeah, exactly. This is where I want to be.
So I think let's address the elephant in the room. You definitely are the chaser, and you do chase stuff. So it's important to also get out of your comfort zone.
Right.
And that also means that you gotta like step out more.
Yeah.
And do a lot more networking, so to speak.
Yeah.
Can you throw some light on that aspect?
So for me to get gigs is so you go for the events.
Correct.
You have to go for the events that the agencies are doing or the promoters are doing.
Right.
Because then only can they relate to your sound, and then you can actually pitch to them what you are doing and how you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's the only way you will get a gig. And if you just send it to them by email or something or anything, link or whatever, it's not going to work.
Okay.
They might hear and like it, but when you go there and you talk to them,
it leaves a different impact.
Exactly.
Correct.
There's a lot of different events happening, different genres. So you have to go for that genre which suits you.
Correct.
And then when you meet that promoter or agency or then it makes a big difference.
Do you think it's important for the artist or the guy who is chasing to know what he's chasing? Because now the field is so vast that people are chasing the wrong ends.
You have to, yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
It's important to do some research.
Yeah, you have to do a little research, because if you just can't like go to an event which you don't like, but you just want to meet the guy and thinking that you just give you can't do that.
That's a pretty common phenomenon sometimes.
You have to restrict yourself to the music you make and you listen to.
Correct.
And the music you want to put out while playing.
Ever since I've been like having this one discussion with you, you've always been saying that how will people make fun of me and how people are going to perceive me and stuff like that. You know what is more important? I think it's more important to not give a shit about anybody.
Really.
Because that is a
learning that difficult to accept that, but it is true. Like it is true. Like if you think about the other person when you're making music or you're playing music, it's not gonna be great. You're not gonna get that emotion or whatever.
Yeah. You said it yourself. Like I did it for myself because I wanted to do the discovery.
Exactly.
And the more you discover, the more you found out.
Yeah.
Like for the first time, curiosity saves the cat. Doesn't kill it. Anyway. So, can you tell us about your future plans? Like.
So right now I have a few songs in the pipeline which I want to collaborate with like artists, like singers. That's my next step. And then maybe next year I might be working on an album.
Okay.
Let's see if that works out.
Okay.
And yeah, like it's just putting out new music right now. There's nothing else. Yeah, you gotta be patient,
Yeah, patience is also something that many of our upcoming artists need to develop. So could you touch on a few things that, just to like sum it up, like could you touch on a few things that people who are upcoming right now, would you like want to educate them through your experience?
See, through my experience, rejection is going to be a big part.
Okay.
But you need to do your research properly. You need to, if you're a producer, you need to find a genre. You need to find a style. You need to find that genre which resonates with you. Because then people will start understanding your music, and then they will approach you. You can approach agencies. It's easier for you to approach them.
And you feel more confident as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And don't get confused. Don't get confused. When you're making music, don't get confused. I still get confused. You know why? Because I'm still thinking about how people are going to react.
I think that's a skill. Like,
exactly.
You have to stop thinking about it. Like focus so much.
Stop.
Yeah,
if you believe in it enough, then people will like it. And I'm sure like there will be one person.
That's a sick one, bro. That's a sick one.
One person for sure.
Like, is this one person like a guy or is like a peer, or is this a person who you like always look up to, like slow, silently?
Actually, it's my girlfriend. And the thing is that the first thing I do is I always call her up and I come for a drive. I just make her listen to all the music. Like 90% of the time, she has no reaction. She just doesn't say anything. But that 10%, when she says that this track is so good, I'm like, okay, fine.
Nice.
And that's worth it.
Nice.
Because if you go to like 20 people and you just like...
You get 20 feedbacks.
Yeah, you get more confused and you don't know what to
True.
do, and then the
True.
track is like scrapped.
True. Or you just, maybe you don't get confused, or you just take the feedback, you take note of it, and then you just work around it.
Yeah, that's another thing, like taking suggestions, feedback is...
Selective listening.
Yes.
Like selective listening is damn important.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us some stories about your first initial DJ endeavors that you started with?
So my first ever professional gig was at Tote.
Okay.
And just a couple of months before that, my girlfriend at that time, she bought me a console. She bought me my first CDJs,
CDJs,
200s. And I was just blown away. I was like, at that time, which girlfriend does this? You know, puts in that effort. And that gave me that inspiration, and I just really wanted to do it. But the thing is, that whole phase of me researching and getting new music, mixing day in, day out, and just, it was
And
so
back in the day, it was
difficult.
like CDs, right?
Yeah, and you had to burn each and every CD, write those names, and it just...
And make a track list.
Like, make a track list, and it was just crazy. Like your whole day used to go and like just researching music and making those CDs.
Yeah, abhi to kya? We record box
Now it's just,
we
yeah,
pen
exactly,
drive,
yeah.
and then
Now it's
plug
just so
and play.
easy.
I'd like to thank you
Thank
for this awesome space, and I think your studio is a pretty mobile setup. You can take this
Yeah, so that was the whole point.
and get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Like,
Do you have any words for our listeners? For Euphonic?
whatever track you like, buy it.
Oh wow! See, this is the most authentic last words that anybody can have.
You have to, like, that's only way the artist can grow and the scene can grow. Like, if you're streaming it, it's good, that's fine. But if you want to use it, or you don't download it illegally. You just don't, like, you got to make an effort. Like,
Yeah, like just support us.
it's not that expensive.
Exactly, right?
Okay, so thank you, Euphonic, for having me. And am I missing out something?
He missed out his swag. Check out his mix, yeah. Anyway, this has been a crazy chat with Mr. Keykraft right here. Ketan, you'll know more about this if you tune into the episode.
Stay tuned to listen to his awesome guest mix at the end of this episode. It is a revisit episode, guys. Keykraft was one of the guest mixers that we approached, and we really like what he brings to the table. So, stay tuned to listen to his awesome guest mix right here, right now on Euphonic Frequencies.
This is Euphonic Frequencies.
that's it. Thank you for tuning in. That was Keycraft's Revisit special episode on Euphonic Frequencies. Next week, we'll have Farhan Rahman in the studio with us. Stay tuned for that, guys. Stay frosty.
This is Euphonic Frequencies.